Hello YouTube, my name is Joel. Welcome to Lost Lady. I've never done a YouTube video before, so this will be the first one I've ever done. I've had a lot of questions from people about my truck because I have train horns on my truck. I searched for hours, never could find anybody who would actually install them in a way that I liked on a 19 Ford Ranger. So I figured it out, and now I'm going to show you how I did it. Let's go take a look at the truck. So here's my 2019 absolute black Ford Ranger. So when I was looking to install air horns, I didn't want them in the bed of the truck. I wanted them underneath the truck. And I didn't have enough room in my engine bay to fit them behind my grill. Now granted, they make a set that will. The set I have is made by Horn Blasters. But it's also the set I had on my F-150. And when gas prices started going up, I bought a new truck so I could save a little bit of gas. So the four horns are underneath the bed of this truck. Let's get under there and check them out. As you can see, I still have my spare tire. But right in front of my spare tire, above my axle, you'll see all four train horns. They're on a Shocker XL bracket, bolted through the bed of the truck. I did have to customize the bolts to make them longer so that the front ends would hang down just a little bit lower than the back. That way if water got in there or anything, it would drain out of the horns. I've never really had any issues with it. I did have to modify the bracket to make them fit, but they fit with the spare tire with plenty of room from the axles. And I am big on always having a spare tire. I travel out in the woods hunting by myself, so it's always good to have a backup. The horns are powered through a Viair air compressor into a 5-gallon tank. This is the Horn Blasters Conductor's Nightmare train horn set. I did attach another line with a regulator from that tank so I could run air to the tires, so I could air up and the tires when they were low, because I do air them down on the trails especially when I'm in sand and mud, and that just makes life convenient. Plus I could run an impact on it if I really wanted to. I would like this a little bit more hidden. I haven't quite figured out how I was going to do that yet. I will be setting this truck up as an overland vehicle. It just takes some time and some money. So the whole system is controlled from a control panel inside the truck right there. That panel is made by SDHQ in Arizona. It's very convenient. So that is actually just the switch panel. That switch panel runs to a brain inside the engine bay. Let's take a look at that. So that control panel runs a wire harness, which is this black set that is high up right here. Runs to this brain underneath here. This is what actually controls voltage going to anything. So this is actually tied to the battery. It's the only thing tied to the battery. And then it has another set of harnesses that comes to all of this power block. This is not actually necessary. I bought this off Amazon. I just like the cleaner look. It used to have a cover, but apparently I lost it. So the way the horn works, because I wanted to be able to use just my regular horn and then have the option to turn the air horns on, what I did was I ran power to this solenoid. So the solenoid has constant voltage from the switch when it's on, and then it gets its other 12 volt to throw the switch and apply voltage whenever you hit the horn inside the truck. So when you hear the horn, sometimes if I got low air, you'll hear the regular truck horn. before you'll hear the air horns. But there's not much of a delay that it bothers me. And if there's a lot of, if it's a full air pressure tank, you never even really notice. All right, so we got the truck turned on. You can see that I have horn lit. That means the switch is on. The horn is activated whenever I hit the main truck horn. Whenever I hit the main truck horn, the air horns will actually go off. If I turn that off, you'll only get regular horn. This button right here will control the air compressor, turning it on. Right now it's got a full tank, so you won't hear it kick on. And then you can turn that off as well. So this only controls, this whole system only controls the 12 volt. It just allows power. So these last 4 switches are rated for 30 to 40 amps. The first ones are rated for 20, 25 amps. So with that button hit, you've got a horn. So that was my air horn setup in a 2019 Ford Ranger. It actually was not that hard. I think I did it basically in a weekend. Wiring the switch panel from SDHQ took me probably about 45 minutes. I did that one night after work. And then actually running all the wires into a loom, down the frame of the bed, into the engine bay, kind of really is what took the longest. Once I had figured out how to get everything mounted up. Again, there's multiple options on how to do it, but the sheer size of that actual horn system, because it was designed for a larger full-size truck, and I only have the mid-sized, I did what I could. I've seen other guys, they've also done the spare tire delete. However, without a spare tire, if you do get a flat tire and you are by yourself, it sucks. Because then you're calling somebody and hope they can get out into the woods where you are, or you're jacking up the tire, pulling it off, and you're walking it back to the road. So I would just prefer to have one. Now I might, when I go to larger tires, I might relocate the spare tire into the actual bed of the truck, in which case I'll be able to move the air tank itself and the compressor into that location right behind the horns, and everything would be hidden again. So everything I used will also be in the description down below. I am not affiliated to anybody. I don't get paid for any of it. It's just simply the information that I'm giving out to you. So thanks for stopping by, Lost Lady. I hope to see you again soon.